Welcome back. Today we're jumping into Zephaniah, chapter 1. And it really kicks off with a bang, doesn't it? Sets the scene immediately.
It absolutely does. So the text says the word of the Lord comes to Zephaniah, during King Josiah's time in Judah. And that opening line from the Lord is just, wow, I will sweep away everything from the face of the earth.
Sweep away everything. That's incredibly strong language. Total.
Totally. And it spells it out, too. We're talking humans, animals, birds, even the fish in the sea.
Everything.
Everything. The idea is this complete, comprehensive clearing out, leaving the wicked with, well, rubble.
Okay, so it starts with this huge universal scope, but then it narrows down, right?
Exactly. It quickly zooms in. The focus becomes Judah, and specifically Jerusalem. The Lord says, I will stretch out my hand against Judah and against all who live in Jerusalem.
Okay, so moving from the whole earth right down to the capital city.
Precisely. It tells you the immediate problem, the immediate target is right there.
And it's not vague complaining either. The text gets specific about why. What behaviors are being called out?
Yeah, it's very specific. It mentions cutting off the last traces of Baal worship, that Canaanite god, and the pagan priests associated with that. It also targets people worshiping the stars on their roofs.
Okay, so clear idolatry. What else?
Well, there's also this group who seem to be hedging their bets. They worship the Lord, but they also swear by Molech.
Molech, associated with, well, some pretty horrific practices. So outright idolatry and also this kind of mixed loyalty.
Exactly that. Syncretism, trying to serve two masters, basically. The text really highlights that as a major issue.
But it doesn't stop there, does it? It's not just about doing the wrong thing actively.
Right. This is crucial. It also calls out those who turn back from following the Lord, and also those who neither seek the Lord nor inquire of him.
So indifference, apathy, just drifting away is also grounds for judgment here.
Yes. It's not just rebellion, it's also complacency or disengagement.
Wow. Okay, so this initial declaration becomes this really sharp indictment of specific spiritual issues within Judah. Then the text shifts gears a bit, talks about a specific time, the day of the Lord.
That's right. Be silent before the sovereign Lord, for the day of the Lord is near. It's presented as this imminent day of reckoning, almost like a sacrificial feast, but a terrifying one.
And even more targets get named for this day, things like clothing.
Yeah, it mentions punishing the royal family and all those clad in foreign clothes, maybe suggesting foreign alliances or just adopting foreign ways too readily. It also mentions people who avoid stepping on the threshold. Some scholars think that's a pagan superstition, and those filling their god's temple with violence and deceit.
And the description of the impact on the city itself sounds pretty chaotic.
Oh, absolutely. It paints this picture of panic, cries from different parts of the city, wailing, crashing sounds, and the economy gets hit hard too. Merchants wiped out, traders ruined. It touches every part of life.
Right, not just a spiritual thing. It affects everything. And there's that really vivid image, searching the city.
Yes, searching Jerusalem with lamps. To find and punish who? Those who are complacent. It uses that metaphor, like wine left on its dregs.
Wine left on its dregs.
Meaning they're settled, stagnant, undisturbed, comfortable, they haven't been shaken up. And the text explicitly states why they're like that. They think the Lord will do nothing, either good or bad.
That's the core of it. This assumption that God is indifferent, that there are no consequences.
Exactly. And the text says their complacency leads to disaster. Wealth plundered, houses destroyed. They'll build but not live there. Plant vineyards but not drink the wine. Their comfort is shattered.
So the chapter builds towards this final, intense description of the great day of the Lord. How's that picture?
It's near, it's coming fast, and it's just overwhelming negativity. A day of wrath, distress, anguish, ruin, darkness, gloom, clouds. Just utter blackness.
Sounds terrifying. A complete overturning of everything.
It is. And remember that wealth the complacent were relying on, useless. Neither their silver nor their gold will be able to save them on the day of the Lord's wrath. Doesn't matter. It ends by saying the whole earth gets consumed in the fire of his jealousy. A sudden end for everyone.
So, wrapping up Zephaniah 1, it's a really stark picture. Starts universal, then slams focus onto Judah and Jerusalem.
Yeah, hitting specific things, idolatry, mixing faiths, turning away, and maybe most pointedly that deep, settled complacency.
Right. And this day of the Lord is painted as just catastrophic. Wrath, ruin, darkness. No escape, not even with money. It's a heavy message about accountability.
For actions, but also for attitudes, for that complacency.
It really is. And it makes you think, how do we today engage with ancient texts describing judgment, this sweeping, tied so directly to certain actions and maybe even more uncomfortably to internal states like just not caring. Something to really chew on from this deep dive.